guys. Good afternoon,
Yes
guys.
po.
Yes po,
Yes
sir.
po, sir.
So, today we're going to discuss integration leading to trigonometric functions. These are basic trigonometric integration formulas. So last time, what we had exponential integration formulas, and also we were able to discuss already general power formula and logarithmic integration formula. Okay, so this time we're going to have trigonometric integration formulas, another basic integration formulas that can handle mm, many um, indefinite integrals involving, or most of the indefinite integrals involving trigonometric functions. Okay, guys? By the way, within this week, you're going to have your quiz. So I'll be announcing the day. So what day do you want to have a quiz? Because you have to submit that day also for the quiz. Guys, 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 what day do you want within this week? Guys, any suggestion, guys? The day you think you, most of you, not occupied by your other subjects.
Thursday na lang po siguro, sir. Kasi may webinar po sa Friday.
Okay. So Thursday. Actually, test in a face-to-face, you have to finish, or you have to allot a 1.5 hour time of yours, no? Because in a face-to-face, it's not really a one-day quiz. But unfortunately, because of pandemic, so you are given much time. But supposedly, this is to be taken during your actual time and to be submitted on that time also. Okay, guys? But to give you consideration, so we are allowing you to have a day, no? So to be able to submit your quiz, okay? So I'll be giving you on Thursday. So I'll try to upload it in the morning so that you can work the any time of that day, and then be sure you will able to submit before 11:59, no? Okay, guys? Is that clear now?
Yes
So
Yes
po,
po,
you
sir.
sir.
have
Yes
1
po.
to 10, 1 to 10, either true or false or multiple choice. And then part 2 will be solving. You have to show solution. For test 1, testing for mga basic or concepts, not showing any more solutions. Okay, guys? Sige. So again, we're going to discuss trigonometric integration formulas. Integration formulas. So after 30 minutes, this is to remind you that you are not obliged to stay. So you can leave if you want, especially if you think you will be running out of data, because some are just having data, not really unlimited internet. I understand that. After all, the lecture notes will be um, uploaded together with the recordings. Okay? So let u, let's say it is a function of x. So let us assume that this is a differentiable function. then the following formulas hold. Number one, we have integral of sine u du is equal to negative cosine u times the differential of, plus c, sorry, plus c. Okay? So, how can you verify that this is really the integral? All you have to do is to get the derivative of cosine u and then multiply by du because we have differential. So what is the derivative of cosine? Negative sine. But this is negative, therefore negative negative positive sign. And then times the differential of u, so you have sine u du. Okay? Same thing for the second one, third, and up to 6. No? So you have 6 basic, and then plus I'm going to give you another 4, but related here. No? 4, 5, and then 6. So we have integral of, for the second, integral of cosine u du is equal to sine u plus c. Okay? If you have questions, you just end your you are straight to ask here, so you can PM me in case. So do not collect things that you don't understand. It's hard to have them all together in your brain. Okay, those things that confuse you, you ask me immediately. So we have, for the third one, we have integral of secant squared u. Notice that I skipped tangent because that is under special case. It's not purely trigonometric after evaluation for the tangent. For integral of secant u du, that is tangent u. Because the derivative of tangent is what? Secant squared, na? And then integral of cosecant squared u, that is equal to du, that is equal to negative cotangent u, then plus c. Okay? So we have integral of secant u tangent u. This combination, if your integrand is a product of secant and tangent, then as long as satisfy the du, so the answer is secant of u. Then plus c, of course. And then finally, we have integral of cosecant u, the combinations of cosecant u and cotangent u. So as long as it's differential, the differential of the argument of cosecant and cotangent, which are actually the same, so the differential, as long as present, it is negative cosecant u, the integral. Okay, guys? So be familiar with this. So of course, actually, you need to memorize all of these so that when you go to differential equations, you won't find the difficult. Because differential equations, what makes it difficult? Integration. So many students find it difficult because they have forgotten how to differentiate, how to integrate. But as long as you know integration, of course, understood that if you know integration, you know how to differentiate, of course, because that is the first step actually, no? Or perform, the first operation that you're going to have after identifying the u. Okay, guys? Let us have other related formulas, other related integration formulas, other related integration formulas involving trigonometric integrand but the answer is in terms of logarithmic of trigonometric. But once I derive them, all you have to do is to memorize. But of course, if you have forgotten, so you should know how to derive them. Two, one, two, A. Let's have the first one. I do not know the space that I must have so that solution will fit. Let's say you're given integral of a tangent u. So the one that is missing in the 6, no? Although this is a basic function, basic trigonometric, but its integral is not trigonometric, direct trigonometric, no? So you have to express that in terms of what? Any suggestion, guys? How do we express tangent in other form involving sine and cosine? Anyone? Guys? Guys?
Sir, sin u over cosine u.
Okay, very good. So it is equal to sine u, then du over cosine u. And then after that, Iho, could you proceed? What's the next step to do? Iho. So what do you notice in the numerator? In the numerator, it is differential of what? The denominator, right? What is that? Integral of du over u. If the sound is integral of du over u, so this is du, no? Pinaka-du natin. Yan. Let's have du1. I'm going to modify our formula because this is in terms of u. Let's say this is u sub 1. So it now sounds integral of du sub 1 over u sub 1. What's now the integral, guys? Guys?
Negative ln po.
Negative. So, but actually, we need a sign, no? In order for this to be really du over u. Okay, guys? I have to insert negative here, but balanced by negative outside. Is that correct, guys? Yeah. So
Yes po.
this time, it is now really ln of the absolute value, the negative, no? Sorry. Negative ln of the absolute value of cosine u. So we need absolute value because cosine is, possible to be negative, possible to be positive, no? Plus c. Okay? Alternatively, you can have it ln of what? Ln of secant u. Okay? Because negative can be exponent of cosine and 1 over, and once it has an exponent of negative, negative 1 over, 1 over cosine, so that is cosine quantity to the negative 1, that is equal to cosecant u. Okay, guys? Plus c. What about number 2? So you have to remember that. You can choose any of the two. You can have negative ln cosine of u plus c or ln secant of u. Okay? Any of the two, it's all right. You do not have to worry. So we have integral of, what about if I have cotangent u? Anyone? Nepomuceno? Any idea? This is similar to number 1. Guys, I do not know if Nepomuceno the surname because it's broken the surname. Emmanuel Ronaldo? Emmanuel,
Yes, sir.
any idea here?
Sir, cosine u over sin u multiplied to du.
Okay, we have cosine u, then du over sine u, no? So the numerator is actually directly du over u now, no? So this is du and this is u. Okay, guys? So, no need to modify. So, that is equal to ln of absolute value of sine u. Okay? Let's see. Alternatively, you can have it negative ln of cosecant of u plus c. Because if I am going to uh, raise cosecant to negative 1, cosecant yung quantity to the negative 1, that is 1 over cosecant, and 1 over cosecant is sine. Okay, guys? Then we have number 3. So, number 3, we have integral of secant u then du. What about this time? Because what about this? Andrew Nazareth? Any idea of what to do here? Guys? So what are you going to do here? Guys? What's the technique? The technique is to multiply by what? Yeah, guys?
You tan
Sorry?
sine u over cosine u.
Sine u over cosine u. Why do you have to multiply by sine u over cosine u? Sine u over cosine u. Sine u over cosine u is not equal to 1. So it will change the given. So
Ay, ano na pala yun?
Actually, the technique is to multiply by, so this is the technique, guys, to multiply by secant u plus tangent u. Because experience in differential calculus, if you're going to get the derivative of ln of secant u plus tangent u, it will give you after simplifying secant u. Okay, guys? So you have to multiply also the denominator by the same thing. What you multiply to the numerator, you have to multiply that also to the denominator so that the value is retained. Okay, guys? So we can now write it as what? This is now equal to integral of secant u times secant u is secant is squared u. Okay? And then plus tangent u times secant is secant o u tangent u. Okay? Then du all over secant u plus tangent u. If you're going to check the denominator, if we take this as our u, let's take this as our u. So, what's its du, guys? What's the derivative of secant? Secant tangent. So, we have here. What's the derivative of tangent? Secant squared u, no? Tangent u. So, therefore, this is the du, no? So, derivative times du, that's our du1, which is the differential of the denominator. Hence, we can write it as what? So, integral of du over u, that is ln of what? Ln of the absolute value of secant u plus tangent u. Okay? Any question, children? Or, identity of secant u plus tangent u is negative, is secant 1 over secant u minus tangent u. When you bring it up quantity to the negative 1, and negative 1 can be moved out of the ln, so you will get negative ln of the absolute value of secant u minus tangent u. So you have an option. But of course, if as much as possible, use the first one. Okay? Those with positive coefficients. So for the rest of the other formulas, no? Is that clear, guys? So this is the last one. Number 4. We have integral of so this is cosecant. What about cosecant, you guys? What about cosecant u? We multiply by what? So cosecant u times what is our multiplier?
Ano po siya? Try po. Cosecant u plus cotangent u over cosecant u plus cotangent u.
Yes, cosecant u cosecant u plus or minus? Guys,
Kasi
is it plus or minus? Guys,
plus po.
actually you can have plus, but better to have minus. Okay, guys? If you have a plus cotangent u, it's all right. You will get the same result at the end, no? But better to have this so that you will have positive coefficient for the ln. If your multiplier is plus to the numerator and denominator, this plus cotangent times cosecant, then what you will get is negative ln of, okay? So not the positive, but of course because of trigonometric identities, you can derive the positive coefficient for the ln, no? So, but to get that immediately, let us have difference, okay? Again, it's correct also to have plus, so it's all right if you have that. So this is now equal to integral of cosecant squared u minus cotangent cosecant. Cosecant is u, cotangent u, and then multiply this by du, and then denominator we just copy. So cosecant u minus cotangent u. Okay, guys? Let's check. If we take these denominators as u, let's have u1. What's the derivative of cosecant? Negative cosecant u cotangent u. What's the derivative of cotangent? Cosecant is squared u. So, negative. Kaya cosecant squared u, no? Actual ang derivative ng cotangent is negative. Together with negative here, positive cosecant is squared u. Okay, guys? So, multiply by du. So, this is really, it's du. So, since we get d over u, so what's the answer, guys? It is equal to what? ln of
Cosecant u minus cotangent u po. Plus u.
the absolute value, no? Yeah. Because this difference can be negative, can be positive. So, or we have negative ln of, if you have, let's say you have multiplied it by cosecant plus cotangent, both the numerator and denominator, then this is what you will be able to derive. The first one that your classmate suggested, okay? Let's see. So we have now completed our formulas, 6 basic together with other related integrals involving trigonometric functions that are also basic, but of course expect for the answers for the other related trigonometric formulas, integration formulas, to have answers that are in terms of logarithmic functions of trigonometric functions. Okay, let us have some exercises. So exercises, evaluate the given integral. Evaluate the given integral. Actually, it's not correct to say integrate, okay? Because there is already integral sign. When you integrate integral, it is anymore another operation. You're going to integrate the integral. So evaluate the given integral. But if you're going to have just the integrand together with the differential, then it's all right to have integrate. Let's say you have integrate sine x dx. Yan. Integrate, okay lang. Your instruction is that. But if you have already integral sign, evaluate or perform the indicated operation. No? Number one, integral of x to the fourth, then sine of x to the fifth minus pi. Okay, guys? Wait a minute. I am running out of ink. Dx. No? So, what do you think is the possible u here? So, of course, if you see trigonometric, try first its argument, no? Its angle, but remember, angle is measured in radian measure, huh? So let's try taking its angle as the u, no? And then verify if the du is present inside the integral sign. What's the du, guys? What's the du? Anyone?
5x raised to 4 po.
Okay, very good. Talagang paggaling kay Sir Bong, magagaling kayo. Differential niyo si Sir Bong, no? Ayan, at ibig sabihin you learned how to differentiate, no? So we now have, let's rewrite. So because I think there is missing, no? Since there is missing 5, therefore this is not yet correct, no? So let's rewrite that so that it will take the form sine u du. So sine, our u is x to the fifth, yan, minus pi, quantity multiplied by x to the fourth, then dx. So again, we are going to what? To replace x to the fourth by what? So ano daw ang loob nito? Sin u. So this is u. But what is x to the fourth dx, guys? So from here, what is du over 5, guys? That is equal to x to the fourth dx. So what is x to the fourth dx, guys? Du over 5, right,
5.
guys?
Yes po.
And this is equal to 1/5 integral of sine u du. So this is now the formula. And what is the integral of this? The integral of sine u du is what? Negative cosine
Cosine u.
no? Then times 1/5. No more du, no? Plus c. But what is our u, guys?
5 raised to 5 minus 5.
X raised to 5 minus pi, no? Okay. Then plus c. Okay. Actually, this argument can be simplified. This cosine of this argument. Because pi is a pi minus something. That is a formula in trigo. But it's alright if you can't remember. So it's alright. Because once you expand that, you will come up with cosine x to the fifth, cosine pi, but cosine pi is -1. And then plus sine x to the fifth, sine pi, but sine pi is 0. So this is the same as what? Negative cosine of what? X to the fifth times negative, it will be positive na 1/5 cosine x to the fifth. Okay? So let's say it's a multiple choice. So that's the trick normally in board exam. So there is a trick like that, no? So you have a choice, you have choices A, B, C, D, and you won't see the answer that you had, for instance. But if you won't notice, the answer is actually there, but let's say it is positive 1/5 cosine x to the fifth. And what will happen is that you will choose none of the above because you are not aware that cosine x to the fifth minus pi is equal to negative cosine x to the fifth. Okay, guys? So you should remember identities so that you can write or rewrite your answer in other forms and then try to find if it is in the choices. Okay? Is that clear, guys? So that's the trick, normally trick in multiple choice now. Okay, number 2, we have integral of secant, let's say, squared theta, d theta, then over secant of tangent theta. So what if you have this, no? There are a lot of trigonometric functions, no? There are a lot of trigonometric functions. We have secant, we have tangent, and another secant on top. But you have to see how they are related to each other. Okay, guys? What do you think is the first step to do? So, if I'm going to take secant squared, theta is its argument. What is the differential? D theta. So, what will happen in the denominator? So, you cannot just throw it or neglect it, okay? So, it means secant squared u du is not the correct formula to be used, no? So, instead, let's try to have the secant. Its argument is tangent, and tangent is related to secant squared. But we do not have 1 over secant. What we have, cosine. From trigo, I can write that cosine of what? That is 1 over secant, that is cosine. And then its argument is tangent. And the derivative of this is what? Secant squared theta d theta. Did you get that, children? So, what is this, guys? What is this? This is my u. And what about this, guys? Du. So, cosine u du. Cosine u du. What's the answer if the sound is integral of cosine u du? Guys? David Ludi? Alvin Merck? It is what? Integral of cosine u du. It is sine u, okay? But what is my u, guys? So my u is
Tangent theta po.
tangent theta. Very good, no? That's it. Then plus c. Okay? And then number 3. Integral of cosecant squared of 4x ln of 4x plus 5 dx over 4x plus 5. Okay, guys? So, do we have in the list cosecant squared? Yes. So, let's try if it's u, if this is its u, if its du is present. Okay? So, let's see. So let's rewrite this first into cosecant O squared of ln of 4x plus 5. Yan. Hoping that ln of 4x plus 5 is its u, no? U of cosecant squared. Then dx over 4x plus 5. Let's find out if this is its du. So what is our u? We take it ln of 4x plus 5. Okay? Yan. What is the du, guys? What's the du? 4
4
dx
over
over 4x
4x
plus 5.
plus
4x plus 5.
Okay, very good. So let's read integral of cosecant squared u but not du. So for this to be du, we need to supply 4 and balance outside by what? By 1/4, no? Let's have correction factor instead of substitution. Let's go directly. So our goal is to multiply by what? By 1/4 outside because we're going to multiply inside by 1 by 4, no? So cosecant squared of ln of 4x plus 5, then times, so I'm going to multiply by what, guys? By 4, no? So I will supply 4, but originally that 4 is not present. That's why I balance it outside, no? Remember, only constant can be moved and can be moved out and inside of the integral sign. So I can multiply here and then I can balance outside by 1/4 because that is a constant, that 4. But if the missing contains a variable, you cannot supply inside and then balance outside. Is that clear, children? What's now the answer? 1/4. Now, by the way, if you inserted something here, do not put equal, ha? Because if you put equal, it means it is referring to the last that you had. So, considering that this is what you mean, no? So, you just put implication. So, here I can now write L equals, no? It means from here. So, ln of what? I mean, cosecant of what, guys? I mean, what is the integral?
cosecant u
Cosecant
cotangent
squared
u.
u integral cosecant squared u du. What's the answer? What's the answer, guys? Negative. Negative.
Negative cotangent.
Yeah, negative cotangent. And then copy the argument. ln of 4x plus 5. Okay? And then, of course, multiply by 1/4 plus c. A question, children?
Wala po.
Wala. So, I assume that you're understanding so far, okay? So let's have tangent, and then I have here 3 to the cotangent x, then multiplied by, I have it, yeah. dx, so this is dx multiplied by 3 to the cotangent x dx all over let me make it bigger. All over sine squared x. Okay? What about that? What do you think our our main function here. Now, if we have 3 cotangent, 3 to the cotangent x, it is related to 3 to the cotangent x, no? Because when you get the derivative of this, it has this part, okay? So, it means our main function is tangent, no? So, we write it in the form of what? In the form of integral of tangent u. But what is our u? 3 cotangent x. So let's try if that is really u, no? We will be verifying. So then we have 3, yeah, to the cotangent x dx over what? Over, yeah, sine squared. Okay? Cotangent is related to what? The derivative is related to secant squared. But remember, I cosecant squared, I mean. But sine squared, when you bring it up, is cosecant squared. So it means possible that this is d, you know. All we have to do is to check, well, if that is really part of the du. Okay? So we now have to identify the u. Our u is 3 to the cotangent x. What is its du, guys? Derivative is 3 to the cotangent x times the derivative of cotangent, negative cosecant squared x. Am I right, guys? Or what else? The multiplier times, guys, Jordan Philip, times what? Jordan, Elvin Merck,
Sir, din po makita yung board.
times what? Times, what is still
Wait.
lacking here? Times what? Guys, ln 3, right? Then dx, okay? So times 2 times this. So this integral now, I can have it as what? Integral, because we are going to supply 3 here, and we know that's together with negative, and we know that 1 over sine squared is cosecant. So I will rewrite that into tangent of 3 cotangent x, and then I will be applying correction factor, no? What am I going to supply? I can rewrite this as 3, so negative 3 to the cotangent x, then I will bring this sine 1 over sine squared up, cosecant squared x, but originally wala pang negative, no? So we are going to supply that later. Then what else? Dx, no? Yan, dx. Okay? So what are we going to supply, guys? Anong isusupply natin? So supply natin negative because we want it to have negative there. Together with what, guys?
LN3 po.
ln3. So, but what are we going to do outside? We multiply outside by 1 over negative 1
LN3.
over ln3. Okay? Negative, because negative ln3 what we introduced inside as a factor, no? So, negative ln3. So, that's it. It's now ready. So, let's read. So, negative 1 over ln3, negative 1 over ln3. I'm trying to make it nice one so that this is the file that I'm going to upload to you. What is the integral of tangent u du, guys? So again, this is what? This is u, guys. What is this? U. What about this, guys? What is this? Du, right? That's du. Okay? So integral of tangent u du. Oh, what's the answer? Oh, what's the answer, Emmanuel? Robert? Konti lang nakikita ko kasi. Yan lang ang names na nag-up. How can I make others uh, appear on the monitor? Hindi ko makita yung ibang names eh. Oh, Marcus Andre, Marcus Clay, Kyle, Trixie, Rod Dominic. O, any suggestion?
Sir.
LN of what? Ay, tangent, integral of tangent u du? LN of what?
Second po, sir.
LN of secant, no? Pag negative ang ginamit nyo, negative, ln of cosine. So, ln of secant of, what is my u? 3 to the cotangent of x, no? Then, yan. Absolute value of that. Then, plus c. Okay? Yan. That's it. Any question, children? Guys, pwede rin yung ln of, then over ln3 ha, then negative. On number 5. On number 5, we have integral of, but it doesn't mean involving trigonometric always under here, ha? There are integrals involving trigonometric integrands, but you can apply general power formula. Okay? So, let's have this. Secant x, then 5x minus tangent 3 tangent 5x quantity squared. What about this? Marcus Kyle. What about this, Marcus Kyle? Marcus Kyle. What about that? Nabahas, Aliana? Any suggestion? Trixie. Trixie. Hi guys. Jordan Philip, John Vincent. Gaganda naman ang mga pangalan nyo. Dalawa-dalawa lagi. Most of you. James Joshua. John Rodel. Dominic Edward. Dominic. Do you have any suggestion? What is the first thing to do here? Can we apply immediately integration by trigonometric formulas, guys? Or we need some algebra here? We need to what, guys? We need to expand first the integrand, right? Because if I take the whole thing as u, then n2, there is no differential that we can have inside, no? So let's expand. So we get secant squared 5x, then middle term 3 secant of 5x tangent of 5x, and then last term we have 9 tangent squared 5x. Okay guys? Guys?
Okay po.
So, but in your trigo, so how is secant squared related to tangent squared? So we can express what? We can express secant squared in terms of tangent squared. We can express tangent squared in terms of secant squared. Which one are going to retain and which one are going to transform in other form? Secant squared is already available in the list of formulas, no? So, but no tangent squared. So this is the one that we're going to transform, okay? So getting secant squared 5x minus 3 secant squared 5, I mean secant of 5x tangent of 5x and then plus what is tangent squared? Secant squared minus 1 multiplied by 9 secant squared 5x minus 1. Okay guys? Then dx. Then after that, we apply integration term by term. But of course, you have to combine secant squared 5x first and 9 secant squared, getting 10 integral of, guys, and what? Integral of secant squared 5x, right? Then the multiplied by dx minus 3 integral of secant of 5x tangent of 5x. I think I got a mistake in the expansion. No one has noticed. This is supposed to be 6. No? Times 2 yan eh. Am I right, guys?
Apo, sir. Yes.
Dapat ay buti napansin ko. It's hard to talk and at the same time changing screen because I'm changing screen trying to look at your names. Okay, twice the product, okay now. So you have to check my work now because I'm not perfect. I also commit mistake of course and I admit that. No one is perfect, except God perhaps. 9, we combined already 9 to secant, getting 10. Then minus 9 integral of dx, right? Okay now, guys? So, the first one, I have to split 10 into 2 times 5 and give it to dx, no? So, I will have just 2. Then, secant squared of squared 5x and then I will be giving the 5 to dx so that if I read this integral of secant squared u du. Okay now? So that is equal to 2 tangent of 5x. Okay? So no need to balance outside because I just split 10 into 2 times 5. So and then give the 5 to the dx. Then minus, what about here? I'm going to put 5 inside, so balance outside by 1 over 5. So giving 6 over 5, guys, right? So secant of 5x, tangent of 5x, times 5 dx. So this gives us the u to the common u of secant and tangent. Minus, I can now solve this, 9x. Okay? So, the plus sec, you can have it after performing all the integrals. 6 over 5, then what is the integral of secant u, tangent u du? So, that is secant u. And then lastly, we have minus 9x. And then, of course, don't forget secant Trigonometric, okay? So, plus c. Our third Miss Universe. Fourth. Question, guys. Guys, any question?
Wala naman po, sir.
Wala po.
Understood so far?
Yes po.
As long as you are familiar with the formulas, it's just fitting to the formula, no? And of course, what is important here, those things that engineer LPG taught you. So you have to recall them, ha? Yung mga differentiation. At saka yung trigon yun, no? Did you have trigonometry, guys? Nag-trigo ba kayo before?
Yes po, sir.
Sinong teacher niyo ng trigo?
Nung high school pa po ata, sir.
Ay, wala kayong trigo this college?
Wala po.
Wala
Bridging?
po,
May
sir.
bridging? Okay. Bakit wala? Wala kayong bridging? Okay, it's alright. Kasi kalimitan nagbi-bridge ang mga school dahil ng ano. Okay. But anyway, pero yung estudyante ko last time may bridging sila si Trigo, no? Kasi mahirap pag sa senior high pag nakalimutan na. Pero okay lang kung galing naman kayo STEM. Tulad niya na naitatandaan niyo naman. So it's alright. Okay, so we'll have what else? Let's have secant. Ano na? Let's have cos secant squared. Secant squared of ln of, let's say, arc tangent. Ay. Arc tangent of x. Okay, times 4 here. Let me write again. So, for ln of arctan of 3x yan, dx all over 1 plus 9x squared multiplied by arctan of 3x. Okay, guys? Let's see. Any suggestion? Which is the appropriate to here? Don't get disappointed if in the first trial you will not get the correct u. So remember, in integral, it's really a trial and error. Although, if you are really familiar with the formulas and you can foresee what will happen, then you can immediately identify the u here. Any suggestion? Dominic Edward. Are you still there, Dominic? Any suggestion, Dominic? You can raise your hand, those who want to volunteer. Marcus, Kyle. Marcus. Rad Dominic. Trixie. John Dale. Jerry I. Robert. Any suggestion? Which do you think is the possible you hear? Goy.
Sir, ano po? 4 ln arctangent 3x po.
Or ln of arctangent 3x. What about the du? What is its derivative? Anong derivative nito muna? 1/4 times 4 over, because you have 4 there, over what? Over u, no? Over u. What is u? Arctan. Ang u ng ln is arctan. Arctan of 3x, but you have to multiply this by the derivative of arctan. Anong derivative ng arctan? Derivative ng 3x. So that is 3 over over what, guys? Actually, the the derivative is already suggested there. No? Okay? So 3 over 1 plus 9x squared for the derivative of arctangent, no? Then dx. Okay? Let's rewrite this so that we'll have 12 over all over 1 plus 9x squared. When you're writing fraction, mag-practice kayo to write or to identify where you're going to write many things, no? So if you're going to write many things in the denominator, you start there. So that when you write the numerator, it is at the middle. You'll able to approximate that it is at the middle of the fractional bar. So that you have a nice fraction. So you parang it's like you're being trying to design no correctly or nicely, no? So if you're ME, you're going to design machine. So of course you want your design to be what? To be in place, no? In the proper way, form, no? Okay? Kung kayo ECE, you want your design like mga cellphone na not deform yung screen and other parts. And then after that, looking at the given, so almost everything there, no? Except what? Except 12, I think, no? So the given integral can be written, how, how can I write the integral? Integral of secant of, if you, secant squared, if you feel it is bulky, so you can write this as u, no? Secant u. Yan. What is the du? So this is supposed to be the du. dx, what? dx, then yan, dx over, yan. So let's copy everything. Yan, okay. 1 plus 9x squared, everything in the denominator, arctan of 3x, no? Yan. So, what am I going to supply, guys? Ano isusupply ko sa numerator?
12 po.
12,
Wow.
sir.
No? So, I'm going to multiply by 12. So, multiply by 12, then balance outside by 1
1
over.
over 12.
So, this is now red secant squared u du. So, this is now du. Secant squared u du. What's the answer, guys? So, it is equal to 1 over 12. Tangent, no? Tangent of u. But what is my u, guys? 4 ln of arctangent of 3x. Now, mathematics is part of your exam, board exam. Kaya be sure you know your math also, no? Aside from your major. Okay, guys? Any question? 7. Integral of, let's say I have hyperbolic cosecant squared x squared, so times x here, and then I want it to be cosecant yan, of hyperbolic cotangent x squared. Okay, then dx. Let me, because I don't have a copy of the problem, I'm just trying to make one. Wala akong, I don't know where the book is. I don't have the book with me. Let's see if this will work. What do you think? Cosecant. Okay, let's see. Any suggestion here, guys? Let's put this first in a proper form, no? So we're going to begin with cosecant, and its argument is hyperbolic cotangent x squared, and the derivative of hyperbolic cotangent is related to hyperbolic cosecant squared, and then x squared derivative is related to x. So I'm going to put these remaining quantities to be part of the dx, no? And then that's a potential du later, or perhaps part, okay? So x, then mm, uh, hyperbolic cosecant squared x squared dx. Okay? So my u here, I'll take it as cotangent, hyperbolic cotangent x squared. What's the du, guys? Du is negative. Derivative of x squared is 2x. So derivative of hyperbolic cotangent is negative. Hyperbolic cosecant squared x. Then squared, no? Dx. Negative 2x hyperbolic cosecant squared x squared dx. Is that correct now, guys? Guys,
Yes
Yes,
po.
sir.
uh, do you still remember derivative naman ng hyperbolic tangent? What's the derivative of hyperbolic tangent, guys? Hmm. Anong derivative ng hyperbolic tangent? Tatandaan nyo. Related sa trigonometric yan eh. So, I'm going to put here negative 2 balanced by negative 1 half, because I will be putting here negative 2. Negative 2. Yan. As part of the du, no? Okay? So let's see if that will fit there. Integral of yan, cosecant of hyperbolic cotangent x squared, then times, I put negative 2 balanced by negative 1 half, and then copy. Okay, guys? So this is now read as u, and this is du. Yan, that's du. Okay? In negative 1 half, integral cosecant u du. Oh, what's the answer, guys? Negative 1 half. Negative 1 half. ln of cosecant. Di ba cosecant yan? So ln of what? Cosecant u, but may u is hyperbolic cotangent x squared, then minus hyperbolic cotangent u. Ay, sorry. Cotangent of hyperbolic cotangent u. Yan. Then plus c. If you use hyperbolic cosecant plus hyperbolic cotangent, you put negative outside, negative, so you will be having positive. So it means you have an alternative answer of 1 half ln of hyperbolic cosecant, cosecant of, so absolute value of cosecant of hyperbolic cotangent x squared plus cotangent of hyperbolic cotangent of x squared plus c. A question, guys? Guys, any question, guys?
None, sir.
Okay. Yan. Okay now. Guys. Question guys.
Wala
Guys.
naman po, sir.
Bakit wala? Dapat may question. Tapos hindi ko masagot ang question. Okay. I will copy. I get a book. So I stood up. Then I got a book here. Let me see what's in the book. Let me copy a problem. This one perhaps will then after this one I'll be having board work, additional points. If you volunteer, you will be given additional points. What number are we now? Number 7, 8. Number 8. Number 8. Integral of 1 plus cosine of 6 ln x over x multiplied to 1 minus cosine of 6 ln x then dx. Okay? Any suggestion with that, guys? Baka may suggestion kayo dyan. Guys, any suggestion? Guys? Any suggestion? Oh, come on, I'll be giving additional points to whoever will able to suggest a procedure correctly. A correct procedure for that. Sharon, Aljedi, Charles Dominic, Andrew Nazareth, Carl Andrew, David Ludi, Dominic, Emmanuel. By the way, don't forget to have your attendance, ha? Huwag nyo na lagyan ng present, just your surname. Start with your surname, then your name. Guys, ha, don't forget to have the attendance. Oh, any suggestion? We apply first an identity here. You cannot solve this directly from any of the formulas listed. If you still remember identity for sine squared 1/2 theta, that is equal to 1 minus cosine theta all over 2, while cosine squared 1/2 theta, that is equal to 1 plus cosine theta all over 2. Still remember this, guys? In your pre-calculus, if you had this in senior high, kung naman kayo college, meron kayong bridging subjects about trigonometry. So, yan. Pag ang 1/2 theta ko, let's say theta. So, pag 1/2 theta, here is theta. Pag theta, 2 theta. Pag 6 dito, halimbawa, kung 6 dito, what is here? Guys, kung 6 dito, ang coefficient ng theta sa cosine, what is the coefficient of theta in sine squared or in cosine squared? Guys, you just take half, okay? Kung 4 ito, 2 rito. Kung theta, 1/2 theta. Okay, guys? Okay, guys. So I can
Yes po,
rewrite
sir.
this as O yan, yung 1 plus cosine theta, magiging 6ln, magiging times 2. So, 2, etong cosine ang gagamitin natin pag sum. Cosine squared of tama. Cosine squared. O, ano yung magiging angle? Kung 6 dito, 3ln here, 3ln x. Then times 2, 2 times cosine, so that is 1 plus cosine theta. Then over, yan, over, what about 1 minus cosine? So ito yon. Kung 6 dito, this is 3 also, then times 2 the sine squared. 2 sine squared of what? Of 3 ln x. And then times what? Dx over x. Yung dx over x, potential differential yun ng ln. Okay? So I can have cancellation here. 2 is cancelled out. And what is the identity for sine squared over cosine squared, guys? That is cotangent squared of 3 ln x. But still, this is not in the formula. So I can have an identity for this again. What is the identity for cotangent squared, guys? That is cosecant squared 3 ln x minus 1. Because 1 plus cotangent squared is 1 is cosecant squared. Okay? Panggutom na sila. Hindi na nagsasagot. Dx over x. And this is equal to, so let's integrate term by term. Integral of cosecant squared of 3 ln x times dx over x. Yan. So I'm planning to put something here later. Minus integral of dx over x. Okay? And this is equal to, I'm going to put here 3, because if this is my u, what is du? 3 dx over x times 1/3. Is that okay, guys? Guys, Jordan Philip. Jordan Philip. So what's the answer? Negative 1/3. Why negative? Integral cosecant squared u du is negative cotangent of u. But my u is 3 ln x. Minus du over u. Du over u. That is ln u. Okay? Plus c. A question. John Rodel, Jordan Philip, Sarmiento Gonzalez, Angelo. Why is it that I did not put any more absolute value to ln x? Yung ln sa x ng ln. Why is it that absolute value is not necessary anymore? Guys, what do you think? Why do you think absolute value to x in the ln is not necessary anymore here in the second term? Integral of du over u. Because of what? Because of the presence of ln x. It is already implied that x is never 0 or negative. Okay? So no need for this. So in the beginning pa lang, from the original, it's already understood or implied that x takes positive values only, except, for instance, the value of x that will make the denominator 0. Okay? Guys? Okay, so let's have one problem for additional points. You can have your scratch, guys, so that you can try working on this. Okay, guys, I'll make it colored so that you will clearly see. Ay, sobra namang laki. Okay. integral of, para you can clearly see. Integral of uh, what's a nice one? We have sine of 2 arctangent of x squared times x outside sine x, and then dx all over 1 plus x to the fourth. Wants to try this? You can do it in your scratch, guys, and then give me the answer. Pwede ba kayo magsulat sa board? Alam niyo ba yung pinagsusulatan sa board? I think may board too eh. Yun, let me see the board. Change the background and report. Whiteboard. Yan. Start a new whiteboard. Choose from the drive. Nakikita niyo yung screen pa, guys? Nakikita pa ba yung screen, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. May nakikita kayong board? Yung where you can write? Ewan ko lang. Some people need to access send. Sino gustong turn link sharing on to anyone at Don Bosco with a link can edit. Give the access. Paano ko mabibigay yung access nito? Sino gusto magsagot para isa-send ko yung whiteboard? Guys, magtatawag na lang ako. Sino mag-volunteer na lang? Guys. Conti, gusto mag-volunteer? Ayaw nyo. Sige, I'll just post this in our FB group so that you can answer this, no? So, the first 5 who will able to get the correct answers, so just keep on posting in the comment, no? With your solutions, correct solutions ha, no lines incorrect. So, dapat pag naka-integrate na, wala nang du. At pag na-integral, naka-integrate na, wala nang integral, may plus C na, ha? Yan, mga bagay na yun. And I have to see your u and then the du. And be sure, differential, ha? You multiply the right side by the differential of the independent variable. Okay, guys? Okay. Bye. Bye, guys. So, I'll be posting this, ha? Don't forget to write your attendance, ha, guys? So, I'll be snipping this so that you will able to see this in the comment in the FB group. Okay, thank you, guys. Hope you understood things. You learned something for today. Guys, no more questions? Guys? Okay. I'll be copying the attendance. Has everybody typed their names in the chat? So you can now leave, guys, if you want. Guys.
Thank you po.
Okay.
Thank you po, sir.
Thank you too
Thanks, sir.
for
Thank you po.
participating.